What's up, Pokemon Go traders? Welcome to episode 73 of LURED Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves.
Today is Sunday, April 7th, 2019. I am your host, Adam Tuttle, joined by my co-host, Melissa Pescator and Ken Pescator.
Woohoo! Fuck yeah!
Wow.
Heck yeah.
All I did was take a deep breath, and these fuckers just jumped right in my shit.
Well,
Wow.
it looked cozy. It looked cozy, so we just wanted to jump in there.
I'm thinking
Wow.
my fucking introduction, my game show.
Wow.
Sorry, you're gonna redo that, right?
No, I'm keeping it. Hi,
There's no
everybody.
way you're keeping that.
What do you mean there's no way I'm keeping it? That shit
Dude,
is in.
that was ridiculous.
I know, you sound
That
like
was
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my god.
Little housekeeping really quick. This podcast
put
is
that
powered
out.
by Patreon. Check ours out
I'm
over
kidding.
at
I'm not
patreon.com/gottawatch'em where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people.
It sure is, but you're like...
Man, we're off to a great start. I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany J, Jessica Matt, M Pitts, Terry David, Chris Sidney, Bacon L, The Noise, Harry, PokeNavBot, and Purple Pancakes. And a huge shout out to Karka for joining at the Discord tier this week. Thank you guys.
Welcome.
So very much. All right, on today's show, hi everybody. Sorry.
Hi, thanks for joining.
Oh my God.
Yeah, welcome to the
I
LURED Up
swear we
podcast.
haven't been drinking. I swear.
I mean, this is my third cup of coffee.
Well, no, I
Like,
did just drink an extra large Dunkin' Donuts with a lot of sugar in it, but
I was
yeah.
casting spells a minute ago. So.
She was
That's
casting
why
spells
I'm
on me
all-
to kill me.
She downloaded Wizards Unite.
I'm gonna
like,
wake
before
up tomorrow
everybody
like
else.
a
I get
goat
it.
or some shit. All right, on today's show, Summer of Go announcements have happened. There's a lot of news that has been floating around this week. We'll break it all down. They announced the second legendary lunch hour. Here's a good one. Lucky Friends have been added to the game as part of the 0.139.2 update. And then Trials goes ahead and finds some stuff in 0.139.3 already. So we'll break all that down. We'll recap the bug out event that'll be wrapping up just as you hear this podcast. And then finally, we'll get into a high level Kingdom Cup meta-analysis. We won't go too deep into it because I started writing out the show notes and I was like, holy shit, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. So we do have a PvP roundtable coming up in May, which will be outside of the Kingdom Cup. But, I'm going to save the hardcore, super nerdy PvP analysis for the PvP roundtables.
Oh,
But anyway,
God.
For the people that know what they're talking about.
yeah,
I
because
don't.
I don't know shit. I'm just reading. That's all I do.
And I'm just tapping and hoping for the best,
And I'm just listening like, please, God, get me through.
Well, it's just like before we recorded the show, Melissa goes, "There's not a lot of numbers in this episode, is there?" Adam goes, "Well, it's number 73." She goes, "All right, good. That's it."
I can handle that one.
No, but the thing with PvP is it's really just about knowing what Pokemon and what movesets to use. So you don't necessarily have to go much further than that unless you want to be like alpha competitive, but that's why we're here. We want to be alpha competitive. We want to be the shit with that. So, but anyway, we'll dig deeper into that later. But all right, let's talk about the Summer of Go. Adam, this was big news. We knew about this a couple days. I think we talked about it in the recording last week, but there was the announcement of the announcement. So they kind of came out
The
and
announcements
said,
got announced, yeah.
they came out with this video that kind of showed that all these stats and all this really, big numbers and stuff for Pokemon Go trainers over the 2018. And then on April 4th, they were going to have an announcement where they would release all the information for their summer lineup. And they did exactly that. And it's pretty wild what they're going to be doing this year. So we always thought that GoFest was going to be the United States exclusive event. That was kind of our thing. And Safari Zones were the international brand. But this year they're doing 3 separate GoFests, 4 days each. Chicago, it returns to Chicago for the U.S. June 13th through June 16th. Now, this is a month earlier than it was last year, and they've gone back to Grant Park, which is where it was in 2017. Dortmund, Germany, July 4th through July 7th. And then Asia, they're going to be doing one, I don't know where, probably Japan, but that hasn't been announced yet. So 3 separate Go Fests. There are separate event pages up on PokemonGoLive.com. I'll link to it in the description so you can actually see.
Do you think this will cut attendance?
I think that there's going to be probably more people going, but it'll, because they're spreading it out over 4 days, I think that, it's just going to be a little bit more controlled. But where 2017 was a disaster, 2018, they thought that they were prepared and there still was some connectivity issues. I think that they're really taking precautions this year to make sure that they don't flub at all when it comes to cell coverage. So, spreading it out on the 4th day is going to help. Now, this is the big thing. In the public release that came out on PokemonGoLive.com, they said, stay tuned in the next coming weeks for tickets to go on sale, blah, blah, blah. But then in the press release that went out to the media, it said specifically, tickets will be sold in-app, meaning you will have to be logged into the game. There'll be some kind of sale button or something that comes up in the shop for you to be able to buy it. I don't know what this means. Does this mean that you can only buy one ticket per person? I can't imagine it being like that.
Yeah,
could you buy?
I think that's exactly what it means, and I think it's brilliant. You know why? Because it is going to completely eliminate the
scalpers.
Confusion. Yeah, and the confusion of whether or not you have a ticket. Where's my ticket?
Right, but what if you're...
Question parents, what if you have a child that wants to go and their parent does not play Pokemon Go? How does that parent get a ticket for their kid? Like, how does that work out?
Or you're going with a group. That's like saying, all right, guys, we all have to be lucky enough to get in through the queue. If there is a queue, like, who knows, to get a ticket, I have to buy one, you have to buy one, and maybe you have to select them from your friends list. I don't freaking know. I have no idea how it's going to work, but I'm sure they're doing this to cut down on the scalping. But again, all that's going to do is make one of the tickets tied to a trainer name. Because I can't imagine them saying, okay, you could buy up to 4 tickets. We need those trainer names now. That's kind of what we thought last year, and then that wasn't the case. And that's why the scalpers were able to go nuts.
Maybe because everybody has a friend code, right?
But what if Josh, like our son, he's not on the friends list. So I can't...
But he doesn't even have a friend code?
No.
At all?
He can't access any of that shit in the menus at all. So it's like, I don't know how they're going to do this, but...
Maybe they'll have like a QR, like you can buy up to 4 and they'll have a QR and you just have to scan it.
But
in order to have the ticket on your phone. Like,
that's the thing. They made you do that. They made you do that, though, at the end of the GoFest registration process. Like, you bought the tickets, secured them, and then weeks later you had to register your trainer name. So people were able to, were buying the shit on eBay for, however much money, $500, $1,000, on good faith that the person that was selling them would go through the transfer process of, linking that person's gamer, in-game name to the ticket. It's crazy. So we'll have to see how this rolls out, but I think that moving it in-app is good any way you look at it. I just don't know how they're going to do it with multiple tickets, but...
We need answers.
But, it's interesting that in the press release, they gave more information than in the public release, I guess, because they didn't want to stir the pot so much with people, asking questions, and they're not ready to release that stuff, publicly of how it's actually going to go down. But if they told it, in the public release, if they said, hey, in a couple weeks, we're going to let you know about tickets, I think we got plenty of time. It's, they're probably going to spring this on us in like mid-May, which is weird. Because then it only gives people a month to book. You know what I mean? People are booking stuff now, and it's like, well, what if they don't secure a ticket? We're spoiled here because we get media passes. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit easier on for us. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle that with what if you've got 5 people in your party and you can only buy 4 tickets?
Oh, well then
that's like then you have to hope that someone else in your group also gets through. Like last year there was the queue. Like so maybe that they eliminate the queue process. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe is it just first come, first serve? Like, oh man, it's going to be crazy. Those servers are going to fucking get melted on that day. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Only time will tell.
Yeah, but Grant Park this year, in the image, the promotional image, they show Pachirisu, which is awesome. So that's going to be the the regional breaking Pokemon.
Yes,
Unknowns.
Now I have to drive to Canada to get it.
Yep, Hippopotas is also in the image, which is really cool.
But the Unknown is the I one.
Yes, so...
Like the exclamation point. So do you think that's Jirachi?
Of course it's going to be Jirachi, man. That's the plan. And even on the event page for GoFest Chicago, it shows new special research. So it's got to be Jirachi. Because it's got to be.
It's Deoxys speed form.
No. Oh, God. Why?
No, I'd imagine it's Jirachi. And one of the cool things they showed was that they're going to have specific photo stations set up for Go Snapshot. So I'm sure they're going to have some really cool like backdrops and 3-dimensional backdrops where it's like a really cool little staging area to take some cool pictures. I think so. That's probably going to be really fun. 3 GoFest this year. Pretty interesting. Also, in the press release, they say, and I'll read this right from the press release, it says, throughout each event in the Pokemon Go Summer Tour 2019, trainers who are not attending the real-world events will still be able to participate in Pokemon Go special challenges to work towards a global goal of unlocking rewards for all trainers. Details for the global challenges during each Pokemon Go Fest will be revealed ahead of each event. So just like last year, there'll be some kind of global thing where, cumulative metrics will be measured and you can unlock rewards. Now, the cool thing is, these things will happen during each of the 3 Go Fests. So even when the international events are going on, people here in the States will still be able to take part in some kind of event during that time. So that's really cool. Now, next thing they announced in this, Summer of Go release was dates for the next 4 community days. They've given us the dates. The best thing about this, 2 of them are on Sundays. They brought back Sunday community days.
Yay.
May 19th, then June 8th, July 21st, August 3rd. The May and July dates are Sundays. I'm so fucking excited. So I'm assuming that May is going to be Torchic or Mudkip. June will probably be Ralts, maybe. We've all been waiting for it so much.
It's going to be Trapinch.
No,
Oh, God, no.
God.
And then July will be the opposite, whatever it is, of the Torchic Mudkip combo. And then maybe August we get Slackoth.
Oh, ew. Why?
No, we'll probably get routes because it's such a... And then we'll finally get that fairy move.
You think Trapinch, though?
PvP's huge, and it's like, people want that fairy move.
Well, maybe that's why we get routes
going to be a huge
front.
draw.
Maybe we get routes sooner than in June. I don't know. But we got Bagon coming up this weekend, so prep for that. I'm working, the usual. I'm hoping I get my 3 because those shinies are good looking. They're green, but like really bright, standout, off the wall, fucking... Booger green. Yeah, it pops like hell. So
I'm working, and it's going to be like the first time that like I'll be in that area, and then I get to like play for a little bit. So like I'll just be driving around that like.
Oh, you can't go to your Lowe's parking lot. You can't go to your normal parking lot.
So that's going to be a situation.
Hopefully it'll be nice weather.
I'm curious to see what I get. So like that's.
You just need 3. You just got to go in wanting 3, because if you get 3, then I feel like it satisfies my need to catch them all, because I just need 1 of each for the line. Right. And then also in the release, it did say that multiple Safari Zones are still planned for the second half of 2019. So after, August.
We'll see if they break the mold with GoFest. Hopefully they break the mold with the Safari Zone, and hopefully they do something in like New York. That would be sick. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. No,
like that makes total sense. Like we never before had there been a Go Fest outside of the States. Now they're going 2 international ones. Never before has there been a United States, Safari Zone. But you got to remember too, there hasn't been any North American Safari Zone. So maybe they do a Safari Zone in Canada or one in Mexico. You know what I mean? Like we haven't had any in North America,
like
not
in
just
Toronto
the States
or something. That
cool. You know what I mean? So. We'll have to wait till the end of the summer to get the the winter of Go update, I guess. But it was a big deal. I'm glad that they did it like that. It's nice that they gave us the dates for Community Day, and 3 Go Fests, freaking wild.
Yeah.
Listen, and in the stupid 0.139.2 update, the first thing I read, lucky friends. You now have the chance to have luck. So I'm like, sweet, let me update that. And I'm going through all my best friends. I'm like, psh, open gift, send gift, open gift, send gift. I'm like, where's this lucky friends? And only to do some research and realize that it's not actually like a thing right now.
You got to wait for the server side push. The thing is, like, whenever they come out with a new update, right, and it's optional to download the update, the goodies that are hidden within that update aren't going to be live in the game until that update is forced. So once that update is forced, then they have the ability to do a server-side push that will, make it activate on the client side. So, it's like you can't wait. But Trials did unlock, or did mine this stuff, a while ago. But your best friends now have a chance to become lucky friends. Lucky friends, the next trade you do with that friend is guaranteed to be lucky. I love this, but the majority of my best friends are not local people to me. Some of them are. My local people are. But most of them are people that are remote from me. So if they had remote trading, this would be fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. Because then I can trade with someone, with Zoe in Australia or something like that and get, an Australian lucky Pokemon. Yeah, like that would be badass. Or a regional that's guaranteed lucky. But, you have to do it in person. But that's one of the things that was, was going to be coming up. in that thing. Now, you can stack notifications now. So instead of, your notifications getting clogged up with all different however you have it set, those will now stack and get bunched up. And then there was some various bug fixes and performance updates, but that was really it. But now, Adam, since you talked about 0.139.2, trials.
There's a 0.3?
There is a
There's
0.3.
Oh, God.
That's not even out yet. But I hope everybody's sitting down. Motherfucking Mewtwo forms are coming to the game. Different forms of Mewtwo.
What?
Manage your hype accordingly.
No.
This is what I'm thinking. This is going to be the Sword and Shield tie-in, where this is still far off. This is just a line of code. So I don't think this is coming anytime soon until the release of Sword and Shield, which will probably be November. So I'm putting my coins on it right now. That armored Pokemon are the gimmick Pokemon of Sword and Shield. That's what the rumor is. So where you had Mega Evolutions or Z moves, now you have armored Pokemon, armored Charizard, armored Venusaur, armored Mewtwo.
Okay.
That's what this is going to be. That's my word. That's my bet. That armored Pokemon will be coming to Pokemon Go as a tie-in to Sword and Shield when Sword and Shield releases. And maybe they do a Sword version of the armor, a Shield version of the armor. Who knows? But there was also another line of code that said something in regards to incense, where Pokemon spawns may now include forms. So now you could get from incense, maybe incense will spawn.
An Alolan Executor?
Something like that. Like it'll spawn the different forms. I don't know.
An Alolan Marowak?
Oh, that'd be sweet. But honestly, this is probably months out, and this is probably a tie-in to Sword and Shield. Because armored Pokemon are the hard rumor right now. So, little assets are flying around here and there.
Hard rumor?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a leak. There's nothing guaranteed. Nothing really proven. It's all rumor mill at this point. But, people that have rumored some of this stuff have some credibility with successful rumors in the past. But we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, dude, armored Mewtwo? Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. All of them. I want all of the armored Mewtwo's.
In the series, it's like Mewtwo was he had that stuff put on him.
In the Adventures of Orange Islands, we just went through this on Gotta Watch 'Em All. When Ash faces off against Giovanni in Viridian City, Giovanni brings out the Mewtwo wearing the armor with the face mask and all that stuff. Now, the reason that it's wearing that armor is that way it would be able to be controlled by Giovanni. Otherwise, Mewtwo wouldn't fucking listen to Giovanni. So it has to wear this armor so he can control it. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the same armor. Maybe they do some stylized stuff, mimicking that. But that armor was built by Giovanni. So I don't know if necessarily armored Mewtwo would rock that same armor.
Right, because when Mewtwo breaks out of the Team Rocket area, all the armor flies off.
Right, right. So, a lot of people are using those images of Giovanni's Mewtwo in armor, but that's something different, I think. But I don't know.
What if this is our quest? Our next,
I just want fucking armored Charizard, bro. Hell yeah. That would look awesome.
I'm okay without it.
Oh my god. You want armored Delibird?
Mm-hmm.
I almost made him spit his coffee out.
No, seriously, armored Delibird's the only way it can survive at it just gets one shot.
What could armored Snorlax look like? I just can't know.
Oh my gosh! Honestly, that would be sweet if it had a helmet and then glowy eyes. Oh my gosh!
No,
Melissa mentioned Snorlax.
It's a defense armor. It's god. Yeah, we got some new poses. 10.
Adam, you're moving too fast. You skipped the whole section.
Well, I don't care. I care about the poses.
All right, we'll come back to it. All right, there was 10 new poses. Now, these poses, initially, this was in 0.139.1. The code itself for new poses was found. Now, the actual graphical assets for the poses are found. So now each trainer will have 20 different poses, and some of them are really cool. They're kind of like, yeah, what style poses. Hold on, let me pull up the picture from Melissa. But yeah, some of them are really cool. They're kind of like sassy, for both, male and female poses. But I don't know when these are going to kind of, start rolling out. I don't know if they already have. So
They need to, so I can show my style.
yeah, if you could choose, that would be cool. Or if this was kind of like a PvP thing where they're going to be different poses and like, when you win or when you're standing, on the battlefield. 20 poses total now for male and female avatars, which is pretty cool.
It'd be cool if you can like take pictures with your avatar and Pokemon.
Yes.
With different poses.
That would be very cool.
I was thinking about that today. I said to myself, I was like, man, if only I could take a picture with like Spark.
Oh, that would be
How
cool
cool
too.
would that
Like if you could place them in the AR space like you would a normal Pokemon, that would be kind of cool.
Thoughts for Niantic.
All right, Adam skipped this part before, so
let's bug out.
Let's not bug out. I'm going back to the section that you skipped from a while ago.
I just want to keep going.
Legendary Lunch Hour 2 has been announced, and I'm excited about this because I actually get to take part in it. This is coming from PokemonGoLive.com, Wednesday, April 10th from 12 to 1 p.m. Origin Forme Giratina Legendary Lunch Hour. All the gyms will light up with, at 10 minutes to 12 local time, you'll get a 10-minute Tier 5 egg, and at 12, it'll hatch for 60 minutes, Origin Forme Giratina. Raids, or gyms that have EX raids scheduled, I think are exempt from this, and if there's a raid active during this time, as the clock strikes 12 o'clock, once that raid finishes, then the Legendary Lunch Hour raid egg will pop for 10 minutes and then hatch for 60 minutes. So if you see those, do those last, because you could actually do those after 1 p.m. because they hatched later. This last time around, when they did the first Legendary Lunch Hour, I did 5 raids during the hour, went 5 for 5, hit 2 EX gyms, and ended up getting the EX pass for Defense Form Deoxys from the Legendary Lunch Hour raiding that I did. So hopefully that'll be the same way, and those same gyms will have people, out there playing, because we did all the gyms in one park. So we literally just did a loop of the park, and it was very, very efficient. So hopefully that'll be the same way.
This Wednesday I have a repair meeting, so I will be traveling at that time. So I'll be.
I don't even know what a repair meeting is.
Yeah, well, probably.
I work in jewelry, and it's just.
It's like training.
Yeah. So it's.
That's
just
fun.
training.
Training is good.
Going to a different location to train.
Adam, recap the bug out event. I know you wanted to talk about this. How's it been going for you?
Let's talk about the bug out event. I still have 0 shinies from this event. The new shiny being Scyther. I still don't have a Caterpie. I already had the Pineco.
Your shiny Scizor is one of the most badass looking shinies.
Right?
It looks so good. Someone in our Discord evolved one. Who had it? Goat Manners? Or was it Purple Pancakes? I think it was Purple Pancakes.
Yeah.
Had it, and it looks good. It looks very, very good.
I didn't think there was a lot of bug spawns at first.
Yeah, at first, the first 2 days of the event, very low spawns and very low Scyther spawns. And then they changed it and kind of ramped it up a little bit. But the first day or so, I didn't see shit in terms of Scyther. Right. I didn't see it.
Right.
I didn't see them anywhere.
I dropped the incense to and I was like, cool. I get a Teddy Ursa. I get a Sentret. Another Sentret.
Yeah. I was not getting Scyther off of even off the incense, and it was the double length, more spawns, all that shit. And didn't really see that many. I was seeing a lot of Wurmple, C-Dot for whatever reason. Like they were just all over, but definitely not a lot of Scyther, and I didn't get any shinies. So
yeah,
and then every Caterpie or Pineco that I passed, it's all on my way to work, so I just don't have time to raid them. So
Jersey J caught almost 2 in a row. Pineco, shiny Pineco. He posted. He's just like, "What the hell, number 4?" And then 2 minutes later, he's like, "What the hell, number 5?"
Oh no, Shermanator just posted.
Yeah,
that.
her too. One. Yeah, so people are catching them, just not us.
For the first time, I was just like, "Purple Pancakes, you stole my magnetism there."
Caterpie is the one I want. Caterpie is definitely the one I want, because I have one shiny Caterpie, but I want the whole line. But I love the way that Metapod looks, so it's like I want to evolve up to Metapod, but I don't want to give up the shiny Caterpie, so I need 2.
You need 3. You got to get that pink Butterfree.
Yeah, don't say
guys.
pink; they're going to attack you.
I know.
No, he's got pink little highlights. He's not pink like in Bye Bye Butterfree.
I know. We already discussed this.
We've had
just being funny, because I want somebody to get angry at the radio while they're listening to this. Are you kidding? It's not pink, Adam.
All I know is
it's pink.
I need those Anoriths because I'm still working on the Meltan quest.
No,
yes.
Come on.
But I need a Cubone first to get to that part.
So she's like, "Oh my god, all these Anorith are around, and I don't even need them yet."
I can't take advantage of it right now.
Because
I need a Cubone.
The other day, right at 2 feet from our house at the gym, There was a Alolan Marowak, and I invited you to come.
I didn't think I wasn't there yet. Like,
yes, you were.
I don't think I was there yet.
Yes, you were.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's still grinding on that. Oh, man, now you got me thinking about Jirachi Special Research. Hell yeah. That's going to be awesome. It's got to be what it is.
Ken, that's not a bug. You're bugging out right now.
I'm bugging out. No, but the bug out overall, I mean, it was one of those events that didn't have an additional bonus, like no extra XP, no extra Stardust. So
it did. The incense lasts an hour.
Yeah, but no number based thing, like, so it seemed like it was less fervor to actually get out there and do it. It was much more of a passive event. Again, I think this is all part of the Niantic brain manipulation scheme to, make us less fear of missing out by making the events a little bit more passive. I think that's all part of the plan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also like the fact that they did the hour-long incense with more spawns, blah, blah, blah. I feel like they could capitalize on that and make events where, your star pieces will last. You know what I mean? So, like, people that are hoarding star pieces, like, they'll use those. Or your Meltan box. But a great way to reintroduce the Meltan box and get more people doing that is be like, it lasts an hour.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like they can utilize that. Maybe even put it towards Community Day, or, say, hey, this will last an hour.
I was wondering if they'd ever, increase what's going on with Community Day, because now it's pretty much standard. You're getting the shiny. You're going to have one type of bonus, whether that's XP or Stardust or hatch distance, something like that. And then you get the 3-hour lures. So, and the exclusive move. So I wonder if they'll ever add, another element to that, or if 4 kind of unique things for the event is where they're capping it out. But yeah, if they did those 4 things, and then in addition to that, they say your star pieces are going to last twice as long, that'd be great, because you're running star pieces through, Community Day anyway. So that would be very favorable for the player.
Or will they, hey, I want more money, so I want them to only last you the half hour, so you need 6 versus 3.
Yeah.
Well, you know how they roll.
Well,
so.
that's the thing. Yeah. It's like, but they have to
I
do
guess
what's
the star
smart for
piece,
business.
For random passive events, your star pieces last. So, cool, I can have my gacha going or my Go Plus going and capitalize on that. Where the bug event, I could have my thing, but I'd rather watch what I'm getting with my incense. Where a star piece, I don't care what I'm catching, just as long as I'm getting the extra bonus.
But that's the thing. I'm catching everything anyway. I'm not going to, now that I'm really using the fast catch technique, it's there's no reason that I'm ever going to skip over anything. And there's really no reason to even shiny check, because if you're shiny checking it and it's coming up on the screen, you literally need to take 1 additional second to fast catch it. You might as well fast catch it. Why just run? Why not just fast catch it and run? That way you at least have the chance to get, curveball bonus. It's so much better than just go plussing, because you're going to get curveball bonus. You're going to get good throw bonus, all that stuff. So I'm catching everything no matter what. This was a passive event for me.
I've been catching more, and I've been trying to use the fast catch technique, but
I've seen that you've been doing a really good job with XP, because, and I guess, we didn't even talk about this at the top of the show. We were supposed to have Jay from TrainerDex on. And the reason I know you're doing good with your XP is because I was following you on TrainerDex and seeing where you're at with your XP, and you're almost, you're creeping on level 40 times 2, right? So
I'm trying.
So I was like, oh shit, Adam's, building it up here. But we were supposed to have Jay from TrainerDex on the top of the show this week. But he messaged me today, and he was missing a microphone.
Equipment.
He didn't have a microphone. So a little bit of a
technical difficulty.
Snafu. So we're gonna reschedule with Jay after he has a mic.
Yeah,
in front
definitely,
of him.
because I was hoping he would be on.
We need a mic. We need a mic to record. So sorry about that, guys. If you're expecting him, we'll get him on in the future for sure. All right, we got a listener email this week I want to talk about. This one was really cool. It made me happy. It's from Haley Jones. Says, hey, you all. My husband and I absolutely love your podcast. Actually, we first started listening to podcasts because of you guys.
Aww.
We love to support y'all and join your Discord. We love to be part of your Go family.
Aww.
Both of us are hardcore daily Go players and appreciate your podcast friendship. Thanks for doing the show. Haley Jones, thank you so much.
Aww,
this was great. And
sweet email.
We love the audio format. We love podcasts. So whenever anyone talks about how we've turned them on to the format at large, and then people listen to our podcast and then learn about other podcasts and kind of go down that rabbit hole. It makes us feel great because I truly believe in the podcast format. I'm a huge supporter of it, and I love hearing stuff like this. So, Haley, thank you so much for the support, and
thanks,
your
Haley.
husband too. Thank you guys so very much. We really do appreciate it. It means a ton. I think she said in the PS that I didn't include here in the show notes that they're both huge fans of Ludicolo. So that's fantastic because, we were talking about the Detective Pikachu, Ludicolo, the coffee, the barista. So good. So funny.
Listen, that plush is legit.
The plush is very legit. It's, I'm telling you, Detective Pikachu is going to be fucking huge. Just don't sleep on Detective Pikachu. I think this
Get
movie,
your tickets the second.
It's going to win like Oscars, and it's going to be the
no,
biggest
it
thing, and there's going to be like a trilogy.
Oh my god!
No, honestly, I really do think it's going to be.
a trilogy.
No, honestly though, I think that it's going to be very successful and successful enough that they will continue to make films like it. So I'm very excited because the hype is real. A couple bits of miscellaneous news before we get into our final segment for the day. We're not going to do a battle party this week. We're just going to skip that.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, womp. Know what it is? Because the Bug Out event has raid bosses right now. They're going to be wrapping up and ending on the 9th when this podcast comes out. So if we were to do a battle party based on the current raid bosses, by the time the podcast comes out, those raid bosses are going to shift. So
yeah, I want to be able to do another bag on before... So I'm hoping that comes back to raids.
Yo, Caterpie in level 1 is great. I love that right now. But yeah, that'll probably go away on Tuesday. All right, but a couple bits of miscellaneous news. The April Fools kind of came and went, and Niantic pulled a little fast one and made Ash Hat Pikachu photobomb you instead of Smeargle. And you could do it 5 times per day for April 1st, April 2nd. And it was not guaranteed your first 5 shots that you took in Go Snapshot or AR Plus or whatever, but it was pretty much... You took 6 or 7 photos and you'd get all 5 of your opportunities to get it. Now, the cool thing was it had the chance to be shiny, so you can get a shiny Ash Hat Pikachu. I got 10 regular ones, no shiny for me, no shiny for any of us.
But couldn't it be shiny in the map as well?
That's the cool thing. So if it was shiny, when it photobombed you, you would see it as a shiny in the photobomb, and then when it spawned in the overworld like Smeargle would, it would be shiny on the map.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you would actually see it ahead of time. So maybe that's a little precursor to what's to come. But remember, in Let's Go, they were shiny in the overworld. But now with Sword and Shield, they're not shiny in the overworld. So they've kind of gone away from that. They've gone back to random encounters. So I don't know if we'll ever see shiny Pokemon in the map of Pokemon Go.
Well, maybe this was what they were trying to test it. Like, yes, it was an April Fool's joke, but like... Maybe that they needed to do this.
Yeah, but think about how many little
shinies to test how shiny Smeargle would work.
I don't know. I just think that so few people would interact with a shiny Ash Hat Pikachu because so few people got it. But let's do a quick Go Ranger check-in.
What's up, everybody? It is Go Ranger Matt, and this is the Go Ranger check-in.
All right, the important dates that you're going to want to remember here are the Bug Out is wrapping up this Tuesday. Giratina Origin Forme, April 29th. Again, so not to the very end of the calendar month, only up to the 29th. Bag On Community Day is Saturday the 13th. Safari Zone in Singapore is April 18th. And then finally, we're starting to get close to that May 1st date where the research breakthrough will rotate because, we've kind of been in this one now for over a month. I'm kind of good with it. Melissa got a Reggie Steel today.
Yeah.
I got a Reggie Rock.
That's the one I need.
She still needs a Reggie Rock, and then she ends up getting a Reggie Steel. I was like, oh, she could have got Dex.
I know.
With the Safari Zone happening in Singapore, is that the one we're supposed to get Shuckle?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I had thought that it had passed, and I'm like,
Yeah, they made Shuckle the mascot of that area of that region for the event. They take it so seriously. I fucking love it.
And speaking of Shuckle, isn't that a bug type? I have not seen a single one.
Yeah, well, Pokemon Go Hub put a list together of the increased spawns for the event, and Shuckle is on the list. So is Combi, and I haven't seen shit for Combi.
Yep.
Illumise, I only saw 1 or 2 of those. I saw tons of Caterpie, tons of Weedle, Paris, Venonats everywhere, but I didn't see that much Pinsir. I saw a lot of Wurmple, but like Melissa said, the Anorith have been everywhere. But yeah, I didn't see not a single Shuckle ever.
Not a single one for me. Yeah. And I from my house to my work has random great spawns every once in a while and nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just disappointing. It's a bug. I expect to see it.
One more thing I do want to talk about, a really cool video from the last Hot Sauce. This is, you hear this guy get talked about a lot in a lot of the bigger YouTube channels. He got the new Note 5 phone. I don't know, this crazy phone that will allow you to mirror apps, to mirror two separate apps at the same time. But he's able to run two separate instances of Pokemon Go on his phone, two separate accounts, and run them at the same fucking time. So you can multi-account with
on
one
phone.
device.
So what does it do for the dude that has like the 50 on his
I
fucking
know,
bike?
right?
Like he can now do 100 if he gets a bunch of these phones?
Raid support.
The only thing, well, I do want to talk about that guy real quick, but the only thing that is because of the way the touchscreen works, you can only touch one of the, it's like a split screen. So you can only touch one at a time. So when you're doing like a raid, you just have to toggle your hits, tap, 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 back and forth.
Well, you need a second in between a tap anyway, so.
But I'll link to the video. It's fucking crazy. Like he trades to himself on one device, It's like the craziest thing ever. Oh, and the guy from, I think he's from Taiwan, the old man that rides the bike that has the 15 phones attached, got sponsored by a Taiwanese cell phone company. They bought him this expensive ass bike and a full new rig and gave him 15 brand new phones.
Brilliant.
So he's living his best life right now because he's got a whole new setup on his shit, which is absolutely hilarious and really cool and, so anti
Good for him, though.
terms of service.
I like that he rides his bike, though.
Well, that's,
hey,
I hope he has a
gets
little
a lot of
bell.
exercise.
It worked out.
He needs like the little kid bell, like the
I'm sure he's got something.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
All right, final segment of the show. Let's get into the PvP update. This PvP update is brought to you by the New Jersey Silph Arena, Jersey's premier accredited Silph Arena league. Visit njsilpharena.com for more info.
Once you step in the arena, cheetah, you're gonna be a
All right, I want to talk about Kingdom Cup meta analysis really quick. I'm not going to dig too far or too deep into this because, again, it is some really high level stuff. Maybe we'll go, into further detail on these metas when we do PvP roundtables. But this is going to be coming from GamePress.gg. If you don't know, the Kingdom Cup is April Silph Arena's meta. It is Ice, Fire, Dragon, and Steel, so it's pretty much the Game of Thrones Cup. So it's pretty that they said straight up this is what they modeled it after, which is absolutely hilarious.
That's awesome.
But there's, it really comes down to what Pokemon you should use, what Pokemon you should build up, prepare, get second moves for, and, upgrade up to, or level up to 1500 or as close as you can get. So I'm not going to talk about IV spreads. I don't want to talk about even team building. I'm just going to rattle down a couple of the best choices to use per Game Press's article here. Lucario, hands down, if you have a Lucario, you need to bring it to your Kingdom Cup because it stands alone as the best attacker, especially now with Power Up Punch. Now, remember, when you think Lucario, you typically think fighting, but Lucario is fighting Steel, and because Steel is in here, Lucario is part of format here. So if you run Counter, Power Up Punch, and Shadow Ball, which is also in Lucario's moveset, it's freaking nasty. Because Power Up Punch, Counter is such a fast energy building move that you get these Power Up Punches off. Not only is Power Up Punch going to do good damage, but now upping your attack, it's going to pretty much shred just about everything. And if you don't have, if your opponent doesn't have good shield management or good coverage, you could wipe an entire team with just Lucario. So if you have Lucario, bring it. It's absolutely the best one in this meta, hands down. Bastiodon is probably another one that you're going to want to bring. I know it's a little bit of a holdout Pokemon because Shieldon is so rare. But if you have a Bastiodon, it's going to be massively tanky. Run it with Smackdown, Flamethrower, and Stone Edge. It's definitely the thickest option here of any Pokemon in this meta. The only thing is that it's double weak to fighting and ground. So Lucario is just going to fuck you up even worse if you get your Bastiodon in front of Lucario. But this is where you can kind of save your shield just because it's going to be so powerful or so tanky. But again, if you're up against Lucario, you're screwed. If you don't have a Bastiodon, you could bring a Melmetal. That's going to be another good tank option with Thundershock, Rock Slide, and Thunderbolt. But now you're going to be weak to fire rather than fighting. So Charizard, which is another one that you're probably going to see a lot in this meta, will fuck you up. So it's a give and take for sure. Altaria, another really great option here. Dragon Breath, Sky Attack, Dragon Pulse. People probably have Altaria built up from previous metas. So this is a good time to, make good use of that, Stardust investment that you made. Now, one Sky Attack from an Altaria can take 70% of Lucario's hit points down. So this is going to be one of your best answers to Lucario if you get that Sky Attack off. But Altaria is not that tanky, so counter and power up punch, especially if Lucario is already powered up, you better hope you get that Sky Attack off in time. Charizard, Fire Spin, Fire Blast, Dragon Claw. Fire Spin, Blast Burn, Dragon Claw, good versus Lucario, great versus Melmetal. People might have Charizards again from previous metas. Skarmory is still a thing, but look out for Fire, and Lucario's counter will probably shred this thing. You could also use Pokemon like Blaziken, Alolan Marowak, Ninetales, Torkoal. So,
tell me about Ice Pokemon, because they're in the format, right?
Yeah, but
they're supposed to be playable.
They are, but they're not as good as what I've mentioned. So this is when it's going to come down to deeper strategy of team building and kind of coverage that you have to worry about your ice. But Lapras and Celio are going to be good alts to Bastiodon.
Because I want to. Well, I'll bring my Delibird and use Sky Attack.
I almost spit out my water. You just almost made me choke because I can picture Adam showing up serious as hell to a tournament and just putting a Delibird in there for no reason.
I would.
That's so great, but. It's an exceptionally diverse meta. It's exceptionally probably the biggest and highest strategy meta that they've had so far. I'd imagine that Lucario and Bastiodon are going to be on a bulk of teams. Altaria and Charizard are going to be on, the majority of teams. You're probably going to see a lot of Skarmory, but I'll put a link in the description to the Game Press article. Definitely look into it because it breaks it down in complete detail of what you really need to bring. I don't know what I would bring because my Lucario is no good. I was a fool and did not upgrade the second move prior to evolving it because if you get the second move while it's still Riolu, it costs less. So I evolved it, forgot to get the second move, and fucked myself because now I don't have enough candy. So, I don't have a good Lucario, but it's like all this PvP shit I do, I don't really compete. So it's like I try not to do because I would be too stressed out. I can't burn that stress and anxiety resources that I have on PvP metas.
I think I've seen a lot of Bastion, sort of like I have that. I'd be able to utilize that, and maybe an Altaria. I know I have a Charizard and a Skarmory around that.
Yeah, I've got a good Altaria, Charizard, Skarmory, but that's about it.
Yeah, my Riolu is awful.
Well, we should when we done recording here, we should do some Kingdom Cup battles so we can get our 3 battles in. Since I haven't done that today, I haven't done my team leader battle either. I'm slacking, bro. Didn't raid all fucking week.
Slacking like a slack off.
Your Smeargle.
I didn't do my Smeargle either. Fuck. And my Melmetal box is on 0 for like 4 days. Slacking, bro. Slacking, bro. But guys, that's the show. We did it.
Yay.
A little bit shorter. Sorry about not having the interview with TrainerDex. We're definitely going to get him back on. But please check out luredup.com for everything that we're doing. Email us, info@luredup.com. Leave us a review in iTunes. That's a huge help. It would help us greatly, and we really appreciate it if you did that. You can leave us a voicemail, 732-835-8639. Oh, shit. We were supposed to call Terry Wolf.
Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, guys. We're gonna live call Terry Wolf right now.
Oh God.
I'm gonna message him. He asked me earlier what time we were recording, and he wanted to leave us a voicemail, and I was like, "Yo, I'll just call you." So I'm texting him right now on Discord, writing, "Are you around?"
Let's see if his light turns green. No, he's online. He's got it.
Did he? Oh, okay.
He's going to respond.
Oh, he's responding.
Here we go.
I don't have my phone. Hold on, people. We might have a live Terry Wolf intervention right now. Hold on.
Terry Wolf.
It's coming. He's going to write. Yes, I am. I sent 2 voicemails. Fuck.
Oh, my God.
I don't have my phone. Shit. Okay. All right, guys. Hold on. We're going to listen to this together for the first time. This could be dangerous. I might have to edit this out. I might have to edit this out. All right. Hold on. He told me he was going to drink.
I'm typing him and letting him know we're live and listening.
All right. Yes, I do have 2 voicemails. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Let me put it on speaker. Mr.
Oh,
Terry Wolf.
he said he sent an AR pit too.
What's up, everybody? This is Terry Wolf. Man, Ken, our Discord's popping. It's going great. So somebody came up with a question: is we're going to see breeding in the game? Eventually, we're going to see everything integrated in the game. I believe you said that. But come on, how are they going to do breeding? Are we going to see? Can you only breed with your Pokemon? Can you breed with other Pokemon? Because they want that interaction. How are you going to use that? Are you going to use a PvP, take crappy ones and crappy ones trying to get crappier ones, or are you going to try to get 100%?
He's drunk.
He's slurring, I think.
A while, and you wanted me to get drunk, so I got drunk. Went to the bar, got drunk, and made this phone call. I have no clue what the fuck I just said, so I can't wait to hear it on the podcast. Everybody.
I think he said something about breeding.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
of course he would be talking about breeding.
No, well, that's the thing in the
because
Discord.
it's Terry. It's breeding.
We were having a conversation in the Discord of what's next in the game and were they going to bring breeding? And then Terry was great. He goes, yes, but only for adult accounts, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
He's at the bar.
He's at the bar. He's sending us pictures. He goes, I'm buzzed good. But no, I wonder if breeding, we were talking about this with, wasn't it Holly? Who we were talking about like what could be coming to the game now. Terry was mentioning like for PvP, because in the main series games for competitive VGC, breeding is like kind of the most important thing, because that's how you're going to be able to get the right nature. That's how you're going to be able to, develop your IVs and get your right spreads and all that good stuff. So I don't know if it's going to go that far, with Pokemon Go. Maybe they I think it'll eventually come. I think all the core mechanics will over time. But I don't know how different it would be than the main series. But Terry, thanks for the call, man. That's fucking hilarious. And yeah, he was going on and on. Oh, and then he sent an AR photo also.
I wonder what the other voicemail.
Should we listen to the other one? Should we listen to the other one? It's 38 seconds. I don't know. I'm looking at the transcript that Google Voice gives me, and it's censored a lot. So there's a lot of F-bombs in this one. So let's go. Let's hear voicemail number 2.
Ken wanted me to call in intoxicated. Let's say I quickly ran to the bar after I dropped my daughter off, slammed a few drinks, started playing pool to make these voicemails for everybody, and I went around. I couldn't lose for an hour. I was running rags out. Finally, I had to purposely lose the worst idiot in the fucking bar, just for the fuck of it, just so I can make these fucking great ass voicemails. Man, I'm excited for GoFest. I'm excited for fucking everything that's going on, and I'm enjoying it tonight. Love you guys.
Fuck
you.
Love
We
you too,
love
Terry.
you too, Terry.
So good.
We really do.
I hope that sounded okay, because I was literally just holding my phone up to the microphone. But that's freaking great. He said specifically he was going to get drunk just to leave us messages.
Now
so,
I can go to sleep on a happy note.
Terry, thank you so much. But
Thank you.
That's so funny. That's so funny. I don't even know what he said in that one, but
he just said that he loved. He said that he was. I don't know.
Having a good time.
He had to avoid someone.
He said he loved us. That's the only thing that needed to be heard.
But
Agreed.
be like Terry, get drunk and leave us a voicemail, 732-835-8639. Again, 732-835-8639.
Pull over, call us right now.
Yes, leave us
Say
messages.
hi,
we'll
say
play him on
what's
the
up.
show. You can send
Tell us
pictures.
what you just caught.
Yeah, he sent the pictures too. He said he sent an image. Oh, he sent a picture of his shiny Scyther at the bar.
Of course he did.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
He had to rub it in. He had to swag it out. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. We'll see everybody next week.
I like how he calls in because we asked him to, and then we give him shit. Come on.
But that's what we're here for. The salty love.
Bye, everybody.